Favorite game? Fortnite. No, Monopoly. Monopoly Monday, Fortnite edition from Hasbro Gaming. Battle your opponents and avoid the storm with Fortnite Monopoly. There's multiple editions of Fortnite Monopoly, so this is I don't know how Fortnite gets away with being so popular and stuff, because like all their characters are basically stolen ideas slash revamped ideas for their game, because like literally all their characters are pretty much based off of and designed off of other characters from other TV, movies, books, whatever, and they got the stuff like literally all over the place, which kind of sucks. So in this particular game, there's like this storm that's going through, and you don't want to get hit by the storm, but while you're also going around buying properties and whatnot. So you got, and they pretty much, they got -1 +1, so they got like basically there's points that you score instead of, you know, so that's the board. Their points and stuff scored. There's a whole bunch of there's the rules. Whatnot. There's these little wall things that you can build, whatnot, for the game. There's loads. I think there's like all these different characters, so you can pick one of like. This is like the best part of the game right here, and what would be awesome is if they came up with like a special edition Fortnite game, version where they had actual either plastic miniatures or I would prefer plastic miniatures myself, but they don't have money. They have these little tokens here. They have this bonus die here and a regular die, so instead of you getting to go 2, you only can go this amount, and plus the other die. Yeah, but you have all these different characters. What would have been better than having these characters right here, so you can pick from any of these characters, but they only want you to have 1 yellow, 1 purple, 1 blue, and 1 green out on the board at a time, which is bull, but that's the, you know, that's the characters right there. It would have been better to have like actual miniatures, not metal miniatures. No, that, even though yes, metal miniatures would be kind of cool. See, and when the storm comes, it pretty much destroys the properties, so yeah, watch out for the storms. Oh wait, there's 2 more characters. Wow, there's so many characters. 1 more daggum people. See, there's so many people you can be. And another person. What are you talking? We also have storm cards. So all these different things can happen when the storm starts coming around. Jeez, why are they upside down? Golly. Like the people on the videos want to hear us argue or stuff about licenses. Then you find these items and the treasure chests. Golly. Like the people watching the video want to hear us arguing or you talking about cars and stuff. Then we got the Greasy Grove, Paradise Plum, Shabby Shores, Tomato Town, Lonely Lodge, Pleasant Park, Retail Row, Flush Factory, Lazy Links, Loot Lake, Willing Woods, Viking Village, Tilted Towers, Dusty Divot, Salty Springs Haunted Hills. I guess since I don't have time to go do nothing because I work all the damn time,
That's right.
I have to mail my car license in. My title deed should be the lifetime license. That's my opinion on that dang stupid tags and licenses. I think if you own something, you shouldn't have to license it. You shouldn't have to have permission to operate something you own. You own it. If you really truly own something, you wouldn't have to pay taxes on it. Do you truly own anything?
I don't think so.
You have to pay property taxes. That means you don't actually own the property, because if you really owned the property, would you have to pay taxes? No. If you truly owned your car, would you need permission to use it? No. But you have to have a license to drive your car, which means you don't own it. You have to renew your tags every year, which means you don't own it. Who owns it? The government owns it. They own it, and they own your right to operate it and drive it. Personally, I think that just like my ServSafe certification, you know what? I had to take the test for it. Someone had to pay for it. It's a government-issued system. Sponsored by, like, the Food and Drug Administration, or it's the Food and Drug Administration, Environmental Protection Agency, and a whole bunch of other people that are involved in that, right? Well, guess what? Every year or so, our company has to pay they have to pay a fee, right? They have to pay a fee. They don't ask us to retake the test. They don't ask us to redo anything. They just have to pay a renewal license fee, which is the same thing I have to do for my car license. Same thing I have to do for my car tags. All it is a way for the government to generate more money so that they can waste it on the stupid things, and then they still can't take all the money they got without somehow going, oh, we didn't make enough money. How did you not make enough money with all the damn taxes that you collect and all the damn fees you collect from all these damn licenses, from everything, to keep the government in business? Y'all still shutting down governments when y'all have enough money, more than enough money, that if you managed it properly, you could have a surplus of money. You know how much money the government's collecting? Damn. Somebody in Congress does not know how to use money management correctly. There's like, they just vote for laws that spend money instead of going, do we have the money to spend? Or, is it a good idea to spend money on that in the first place? Or, couldn't someone else do that for cheaper? Think before you vote, people. Think before you vote. And stop voting for people wasting your money. Because that's what they're doing. All 526, 528 something Congress members. They just love to spend your money. It's your money. It's not their money. It's literally your money. They collect it. They collect it through taxes, licenses, fees, and there's 3 different taxes. There's like property taxes. There's like sales taxes. There's like all kinds of taxes. So many taxes. Jeez. Okay, you people who were watching the Monopoly Monday video, y'all weren't expecting the end of the video. Libertarian anti-tax rant. Taxation is theft. Damn. Because, and it's extortion too. I mean, if I did the same thing the government did, and I had a gang of people behind me to enforce people to pay me a protection fee, and I was going to all the businesses in town or my neighborhood or my block, I would be considered a criminal. But the government does the exact same thing to every citizen of the United States of America. And their enforcement agency is called the Internal Revenue Service. But they're not a criminal organization. But they make businesses pay taxes. They make individuals pay taxes. They make us pay taxes every time we buy something. They make us pay taxes on our property. They make us pay taxes when we die. With the exception of the fact that, oh, no, we don't have to pay taxes on when we die. Because the Republicans and Trump decided to pass a law, and Trump signed that into law last time he was president. He abolished the death tax. But we used to have to pay taxes when we died. It's actually an inheritance tax. You know what Trump has also done? Which I love because I get overtime. No tax on overtime. So my overtime hours I don't get taxed on. So, yeah. So people that don't like Trump, he's helping you save money by reducing your taxes. That's some things he's did that are good. So even if you disagree with him on some other stuff that he's doing, you can't deny the fact that you paying less, unless you want to pay more taxes. But I don't think anybody really legitimately wants to pay more taxes. I don't. Anyway, remember, God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Keep on gaming. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Stupid government. Love your country, hate your government. And the problem isn't the president. Everybody blames the president for every freaking thing. The president doesn't pass laws, people. Congress does. The Senate does. The House of Representatives do. There's 528 congressmen, plus 100 senators, plus 9 chief justices of the Supreme Court. Those are the people we need to get mad at. And on top of that, there's 50 governors, because each state makes their own laws too. So, and then on top of that, each state has their own Congress. Every single state has their own Congress. Every state has their own Congress. Every county has at least 2 congressmen that they send to their state Congress. So, listen up, people. The problem is not the president. The problem is individual state congressmen and federal congressmen and individual state senators and federal state senators. Because all of that exists. There's like, I did the math one time, there's like 5,000 something people running the country. If you include like federal, and then on top of that you got local. Every county, every city has a mayor. They all have a city council, anywhere from 5 to 25 people depending on how big the city is. I mean, if you break it down, there's probably 10,000 people running the country. All the politicians. They're the ones that make the laws. And then there's all those judges. There's the local judges, there's state judges, there's federal judges. And then on top of all that, there's all these people who run that are non-elected politicians. And they're created positions. They're cabinet members and they're directors of agencies. Government agencies. And some of these government agencies, they literally create their own codes. They create their own laws, so to speak. They create their own ordinances, and they'll fine people, like the Environmental Protection Agency, for example. The Environmental Protection Agency will find people who break ordinances. They'll find people who break rules that they created. All these different agencies will create rules that people have to follow. And these rules are not necessarily legal because the agency created them and Congress didn't create them. Just like how the IRS is technically not legal because the Internal Revenue Service is not Congress. Congress is supposed to collect and levy taxes. Well, Congress has gave up the right to collect taxes, and now they just levy taxes. They have given over their ability to collect taxes to the IRS. But the Constitution itself says Congress is to collect and levy. So, if anybody's collecting money from you that's not a member of Congress, technically that's unconstitutional. Technically. Just throw that out there. Anyway, y'all got like a extra couple minute rant of taxes and junk. Laters, and stay tuned for 2 more Monopoly games on this Monopoly Monday.